We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll drop to throw. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Henry Anderson, big man from Stanford there for the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches a football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he'll get this one up to the 26. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. 3-19.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. They'll look to throw here. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense. that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now a play fake here on first down. He gets it left side to Johnson. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. On the toss, here's Balaj. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Here's a run with Balaj. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. They're going to look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And open, it's Goodwin. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, Stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
21.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line.
21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
By 20, black 80. I got you.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the stop was T.J. McDonald. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
By 20, black 80.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cornelder. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
180! 120!
Garoppolo now. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here we go. 120!
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
12, fellas. Here we go. 180! 180!
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Goodwin. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
180! 180!
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he's got Moncrief. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
180!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Black 80! 180!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Gold now out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Looking to throw. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Caught by Nelson left side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. On now the Miami field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise if this would come up short.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the... And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 29, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Balaj. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Completes it to Benjamin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure that you just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
180! Left 80!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
120! 180! Yes!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Left 80!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. There's Garoppolo to throw. Incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. 180!
And the blitz does come. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Gold now out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. The drive will commence with a run by Barrage. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A very solid gain of 27.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get
they?
a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Right back to him on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Henry Anderson, a product of nearby Stanford. In there to get him for a loss of 5. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Charles Harris in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Here we go, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go. 21.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Black 80! Black 80!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Here we go. Black 80!
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Moncrief brings it in. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Niners on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Niners on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Black 80!
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Cornelder. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. You got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Get set.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year.